Kempire is brought to you by.
Happy New Year, guys. Thank you so much, first of all, for those that rated and reviewed the Kempire podcast in 2024. But if you haven't rated and reviewed us 5 stars already on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify, do it today. We're trying to reach 1,000 reviews on Kempire's podcast, on Apple Podcasts, and on Spotify. Be sure to tell us what you love about the podcast. Washington, D.C., the Kempire After Dark live experience is returning to your city for another live show. If you haven't already, get your tickets today for our meet and greets, and general admission are still available. Then New York City, you're up next. We're coming back for Black History Month. So if you want to hear us talk about hot topics, housewives, and more, get your tickets for our Friday, February 21st live show at the Green Room 42. More information on Washington, D.C. and New York City will be available in the description. Sidebar, don't forget, New York City, you have a special live stream ticket available as well. Again, more information will be available in the description notes.
You're listening to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio Network.
And welcome back to the Kempire channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. This is our weekly recap of Love and Marriage Huntsville. We're live on Twitch, Twitter, TikTok. If you follow me on TikTok, make sure you follow me other places, because a week from today, they're saying that TikTok will be officially gone from American access. So if you follow me on TikTok, make sure that you're following me other places. But I do think that this week will be very interesting. It is also a full moon. I think it's a full moon in Cancer. It's a full moon in Cancer this week. So that should be fun. But also, it will be interesting to see what will happen with TikTok. We do want to take a moment out to say and continue to send prayers to everyone affected by the fires in California. If you follow me on Instagram, you should follow me on Instagram, because I did post some information in regards to how you can help, or if you're need help. All that information has been made available on my Instagram, okay? But we continue to send our prayers and thoughts to those affected by the fires in California. We're not going to sit here and do any speculation. Hopefully, whatever caused this will be fully investigated and resolved in the proper way, and hopefully be able to help the people that have lost pretty much everything. Okay. All right. Love and Marriage Huntsville. First of all, where's everyone watching from? Be sure to let me know where you're watching from in the live chat, no matter where you're watching from. Let me know. Replay crew, please do the same as well. Also, how would you rate this week's episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville? I thought it was decent. It kept my interest. You know, this is not one of my favorite shows to recap or even talk about. I only do because you guys want me to. Okay? But I thought it was actually a pretty decent episode. There was a lot going on, a lot to unpack, a lot to react to, a lot of things that I replayed multiple times, especially those last 5 to 10 minutes with Martell, Marcel, and Tisha. We're going to get to it, because I had to play it. Literally last night I played it over and over again, and then today I played it over and over again. And honestly, I kept on picking up little things that were said that I didn't pick up the first time that I watched it. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. Okay. Marcel, I'm not going to even defend you. There is no defending you. There's no defending Martell, because I think that you guys are both the same. But in this episode, I'm just like, this is what we don't like about Marcel. It's the continuation of how he, on camera, continues to treat his wife in such a disrespectful way. Martell is trash, and he will always be trash. However, you're probably maybe worse, because you want to make it seem like you're holier than thou. Maybe that is a Scott genetic thing, because Maurice is the same way. You want to make it seem like you're holier than thou, that you're better, but you really aren't. You both are the same. And I know people do not feel bad for Tisha, but on some level, we have to remember that this woman has been with this man for a very long time. There are plenty of women in Tisha's position that are still in Tisha's position, being manipulated and gaslit and disrespected by a man. So I'm going to try and give Tisha grace, because I see that she doesn't know what she's doing, because this man is disrespecting you on national television and you decide to stay. Again, We have to keep in mind, there are plenty of women, very much like Tisha, that decide to stay. Okay? Even if there's cheating and whatnot. But here we are. Joda says, I love how you fuse the names Marcel. Did I? Oh, I forgot. Or maybe I'm flashing back to the side chick convention because you remember that's what she did. Purposely Delicious says, Espos rise. I guess we will be. I guess we will all be Espos today. Can we give Tisha some grace today? Let's give Tisha some grace. Maybe. All right, let's first start with the first scene. Okay, guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's easy and it's free. Melody and Kimmy meet up. So Melody says they're gonna, catch up. I haven't invited Kimmy over to my house in such a long time. So she invites Kimmy over. Kimmy is always ready to come over and have a meal. Kimmy, are you a Taurus? I need to look at Kimmy's birth chart because Kimmy likes a meal like we do. Okay, so. Kimmy, when she meets up with Melody, decides, hold on. Okay, TikTok, this is what I will say this before we get into this. TikTok, this is what I won't miss. I looked down, mind you, we just started. What have I said? Have I said anything problematic or that would be a violation? This is what I'm talking about. I get a little violation warning. It could be from a random person watching that doesn't like me and they just, reported me. But TikTok agrees with that, violation or agrees with that report without doing their own due diligence, and now there's a violation. TikTok, this is why I won't miss you, okay? Because of stupidity like that. I know so many content creators that have left TikTok because they were banned without due diligence and things like that. So this is why I won't miss TikTok. It's a fantastic platform for a lot of people, and it's a great resource, but these are the moments that I won't miss. I look down and that's what I see. Really? Okay. Anyways, y'all, if it ends, go follow me on Twitch, Twitter. I'm also live here on YouTube because I'm about to end this one. All right. Anyways, see, Elsa says we love you on YouTube, Camp. I know, but this is the frustration. Look, YouTube has its things too, but it's not as persistent. I looked down, I'm like, what? Violation? What did I say? Espos rise? Is that a slur? Is that a slur? Is that a slur? Espos rise. Or maybe they thought I said something else. Okay, Picky says that I think Kimmy's a Capricorn. Is Kimmy a Capricorn? I know, I should know this by now. The only person I know on this cast is Melody's a Scorpio. Who else do I know? That's about it, right? I don't really know. I mean, we tried looking up Martell's. We can't find them on social media. Okay. All right. Exactly. What just says, don't start with Kempire on this good Sunday. It's all right. It's all right. It's not y'all. It's the powers that be. Anyways, we'll have a separate conversation about that. Okay. All right. So back to this. So Kimmy lets Melody know about what they found out at this open house. So they went to Martell's open house, as you know, and found out that Chris Fletcher may have been the one to hook Martell up with Trish. So she shares that, and Melody's like, oh, you know how Melody is, trying to act surprised. Okay. Oh, yeah, we do know that Dusty is a Taurus, and I get very upset by that. Okay. Okay. Oh, Kimmy's an Aquarius? Oh. I got to think about that. Anyways. Moving on. All right. So Kimmy mentions that Chris Fletcher may have been the one. So Melody says that Chris was once a cheater, and we shouldn't be surprised that he was Martell's mentor. Okay. Chris cheated because he was married before, right? He cheated and he was dating Nell. Nell has said that she did not know about him being married, right? I'm trying to remember all the details of all these people's relationships. But they've been together for like 30 years, him and Nell. Chris is not that old, right? How old is Chris? In his 50s? So he cheated when he was in his 20s? I'm not making excuses. But some people believe once a cheater, always a cheater. If there's been no cheating since he's gotten with Nell, okay. Toot says he left Nell for 18 months. Ew. Look. Wait, he cheated on Nell, right? Hold on. He cheated on Nell too, right? Didn't they have a situation? Now it's all coming back to me. Didn't he have a situation with Nell as well? Oh, well, it's not that long ago. Look. It's not that long ago. So he cheated on Nell as well, but also when he got with Nell, he was with someone else. Damn. Well, look, that changes everything. Courtney says he cheated on Nell too. And honestly, last week after he tried to explain to Nell how it all went down with him, Martell, and him mentioning Trish, I was looking at Chris with the side. I was like, Chris, you might not be so damn innocent. Thank you so much, Charlene. Charlene says, I'm so proud of you, Kempire. Look at your analytics. I joined your channel when you worked in corporate. Wow, that's a long time ago. I think this year will make 4 years. At the end of this year, of 2025, it will make 4 years since I left that corporate. So that's a long time, Charlene. Thank you so much. All right. Didi says he claimed it was 20 years ago. Yeah, I saw he mentioned that because he's been with Nell for 30 years. Okay. I mean, I'm kind of looking at Chris with the side eye, but look, as long as nothing pops up in regards to recently with Chris, something's still very shady about the whole Trish, Martell, and now the Chris element. Do you even care though? At this point, nothing happened with Trish that we know of, because you saw the preview for next week. Look, normally I would say, oh, they're just trying to do a cliffhanger. They're trying to make us watch next week. No, I just don't know with Trish because she has lied. Remember, I thought that Trish, it's Trish. But now more and more I'm starting to see how she, lies. She even lied to Ken about this stuff. So if more comes out next week, Trish, I already was done with you after this week's episode. I'm done with her. Like, I don't like watching her or Ken. There's nothing redeeming about either one. It's cringy watching them. It's uncomfortable. I get secondhand embarrassment watching them. Elsa says they're all liars at this point. Joda says that Trish is a liar and so is Martell. Yeah, they're all liars. But now I'm looking at Chris with the side eye. So Mel says that he was once a cheater. And he was also once Martell's mentor. All right. So then Kimmy brings up any issues that might be happening between Melody and Trish and their relationship. Kimmy says that Trish called Melody messy. And Melody says that Trish brought her into her circle of men. I was like, oh, wait a minute. Not circle of men. I mean, she kind of does, though. Martell, Marquez, and Ken. It is a circle of men right now. All right. So this conversation about Melody and Trish goes left really quickly because Melody, based off of what Kimmy relays to her about what Trish has said, and look, Trish has said some messy things in her confessionals. She doesn't say it to Melody's face, but she says things to the other women, and then she says stuff in the confessional. I was like, you don't have all this energy when you're in front of Melody. Okay? So I've been looking at Trish with the side eye, because I was like, first, you're not getting in the mix. They're trying to spin things. I was not on Trish's side, but I was like, Trish can't harm nobody. But now I'm looking at Trish like, oh, we got to watch out for you, because you're talking all this jazz in the confessional, but in front of her, you're not saying anything. So Kimmy, you're a little troublemaker, but Kimmy's been this way. She come run tell that with all this information. So she tells her about Trish and what Trish has said about Melody, and Melody's like, you know what? I don't like her. I'm done with her. She's uninvited to anything that I got going on. Oh, but we knew that this was brewing. I kind of felt like an energy between Melody and Trish was brewing, so I'm not surprised that we ended up in this space. And again, I don't think it needed to be, because nothing happened that we know of between Trish and Martell. Okay? I also don't know why Melody would even care at this particular point. I don't think she does. I think she's also being a producer. So Melody says she's made up her mind about Trish. I don't like her. Okay? She says that maybe she should feel away since she was screwing a man that she was still married to at the time. Look, they were married, but basically the relationship was over. Oh, wait a second. Lo Velatoya. Oh, wait, no, I don't know how to pronounce this. I'm just going to call you Love. Love Loda. There we go. Says Marquez. Remember who's saying this. Marquez said that Trish and Martell smashed. They were still living together at the time, and he overheard her talking about it on the phone. Marquez, is that you? Do you guys believe that Trish and Martell slept together? Do you believe that? Because if that is true, Ken should leave Trish, especially if Ken did not know. And it looks as if Ken did not know about anything in regards to Martell and Trish. Even though it was before him, she brought him on the show and did not give him a heads up. If you really did sleep with this man, you should have said it to Ken before coming on this show. Do you believe that Trish and Martell smashed? Damn, everyone's saying yes. Oh, wow. Well, okay, look, yeah, it's a resounding yes. Damn, Thick says yes, they slept together. Yeah, Nanny, you're right. Nanny of the Maroon says, hey, Kempire mods in chat, Kimmy is the bone carrier. That's why she doesn't want to talk about her own mess. It's giving that. That's the thing, Kimmy. And you know I've loved Kimmy from the beginning, but what I've seen, especially now when your husband is going through stuff, you are more than willing to talk and ask questions about other people's stuff, but when it's your stuff on the line, no one can talk about it. Or you don't want to talk about it. Okay. So Melody at the end of this conversation says, pretty much she's like, I'm done. I'm done with Trisha. It makes me wonder, since all of you believe what Marquez allegedly said, I didn't hear him say it myself, but I'm sure he's done interviews and things like that, because he's a little thirsty too. You remember last week, Mark Elodie, he posted that on social media. That's weirdo behavior. Thank God Melody already has security, because he'd be trying to hemmed up. Oh, hold on. Tia says, Kempire, he showed us a lot of receipts in our not private Zoom with Millie Chun. They smashed. I'm telling you. And she was messaging with Ken when her and Marquez was still together. The boy had receipts. Tia! Not the private Zoom call. Where was my invitation? I don't care enough. But wait, this is why I rely on you guys. Is this true, Tia? Tia says, Kempire, Marquez showed us a lot of receipts in a private Zoom with Millie Chun that they smashed. I'm telling you. But, like, what receipts? Can you call in a little bit? Can you call in a little bit? I kind of want to know. She was messing with Ken. Because remember, Marquez has alleged that there was something going on between Ken and Trisha while they were still married. No. Tia says he had receipts. Not the private Zoom. Y'all doing private Zooms now? Lord. But why private Zoom? Why not do it in the public? You know what I mean? That would gain more traction. Okay. Toot says, I like that name. Toot Latrice says, yes, Kempire, she started with Ken in 2017, and she started humping Martell in 2019. I thought it was 2020. Wait a minute. So, wait. Okay, so she started with Ken, but she wasn't in a relationship with Ken, because remember on the show they said that they've been together for 2 years. But what you're alleging, this is all alleged. I don't know this for fact, okay? I haven't seen this for myself, okay? CC said, y'all are a mess. Cece says, Kempire, I can confirm Tia's account. The Zoom was fine. Cece, you up in that mess too. Y'all are a mess. Can y'all do better in 2025? No, I appreciate it because I didn't know. I mean, so why are we looking at Marquez as a liar then if he has receipts? What were the receipts? One of you guys have to call in and share what were the receipts. Were the receipts believable? So what we're saying is that she started Trish. Ooh, Trish, I hope this is not true. Okay? So you're saying that Trish got with Ken. Well, she was maybe flirtatious. I don't know. I don't know what you mean by starting with Ken. In 2017. And then she hooked up with Martell in 2019, even though she says it was 2020 on the show. Look, will this ever get exposed? Because showed a video. Marilyn says he showed a video of her talking on the phone with Martell. Nelly says, I love receipts, y'all. Okay, can y'all just release the receipts, please? Or send the receipts to me so I can review them for entertainment purposes only. Vanessa says, Lockjaw got them hotel. Wow. Okay, this is all alleged. Based off the show, I can't confirm or deny, but some of y'all were on this private Zoom call and got the tea. One of y'all got to call in and spill it. Please, all right? Danny said, what did I miss? You missed a lot, Danny. Danny, you usually here. You missed a lot. Okay, Danny, I'm going to catch you up real quick. So according to the live chat, apparently there was a private Zoom call on Millie Chun's channel, and Marquez, you know, the weirdo that's still married to Trish, Lockjaw, allegedly, that's what they call her. I don't call her Lockjaw. Okay, I call her other things. I don't call her Lockjaw. Okay, but you might as well. So apparently in the Zoom call, he dropped all kinds of receipts alleging that Trish allegedly was hooking up with Martell, and he's got receipts to prove it. And she was also hooking up with Ken during their marriage in 2017. Just saying. Fully caught up now, Danny? Wow, this took a turn. Damn. Let me tell you something though. Okay, we'll get back to Trish. Okay. Tisha meets up with Destiny. What an interesting edit. Anyone else notice the edit of the scene? It seems as if nothing else happened in this conversation, but they wanted to include the scene in order to show Martell showing up in that tight, like a gay man would even wear what Martell was wearing. What are you wearing? You ain't gonna beat those rumors. I was like, it's one thing to have your suits and things tailored. His tailoring, he needs a new tailor. Sorry, Taylor. He needs a new tailor because the tailoring is too tight. It's supposed to be to fit to your body, but not tight to your body. But anyways. So they have this weird scene. Does anyone else notice that Destiny doesn't like to look people in the eye? Remember they showed at the top of this episode a preview of his interaction with Destiny, Martell's interaction with Destiny. I said, oh, that was giving we slept together before vibes. It was weird. Remember that? They showed it again in the preview of the episode, at the top of the episode. And then when she sits down with Tisha, Destiny, it's like she can't look you straight in the eye, which is a tell sign for me. And I'm like, why can't you look us straight in the eye? Look me straight in the eye, Destiny. That's interesting, right? Look me straight in the eye. What are you guilty of? Okay. Nothing? Fine. Fine. Guys, if you're just joining us, we're talking about the latest episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay, don't forget to like the video. It's easy and it's free. Okay. Oh, I meant to look up Destiny's Madani scents and stuff like that. Has anyone looked it up? What are the ingredients? Can someone look it up right now? Because I wanted to see if it's like all natural stuff. Because in this day and age, I'm not doing all the, chemicals and stuff, especially when it comes to my skincare or scents. I need a little bit more natural or a higher grade of ingredients. I wanted to look it up before this, but I do a lot before live, so let me know. So Tisha meets up with Destiny. She hasn't seen Destiny in a long time, so they're talking, they're catching up. Then all of a sudden, literally 10 seconds into the scene, Martell shows up. And then 10 seconds of Martell showing up, Tisha's like, I'm out of here. She's like, my husband's not here. I'm going to demiss myself. Okay. Teresa saw it this early, and I said, oh, yeah. Teresa said, was it me, or did y'all hear Tisha say when Martell walked in, I'm going to I can't even pronounce it, demiss myself instead of dismiss? It's the first thing that I heard when I saw the preview. I said, here we go with the new language. All things stars. Thank you so much for becoming a member of the channel. We appreciate you. All right. I said, dismiss myself. Girl. Fine. Espos rise. We're riding with Tisha this episode. Stop being messy. Okay? So Tisha's like, I'm leaving. And Martell says he's showing up because Destiny told him that she was going to meet up with Tisha. So I don't know if Destiny knew he was. No, she did know because she thought that he was going to come there to apologize. If you guys were really friends? If you were really friends, wouldn't you have told Tisha that he's coming? But Destiny's so desperate. Go figure. Is so desperate to be on the show. She's willing to film with Martell. She's aligned herself with Martell. Another reason why Melly does not want to be friends with her. Someone like her is dangerous because she will do whatever she needs to do in order to stay on the show. Even set up someone that she supposedly is friends with. Oh, Martell's going to show up. We have to remember, according to Tisha, there was a lot that was said during the field day that was not included. A lot of stuff that Martell said. So I don't know why Martell feels like it's comfortable just to be popping up on people, specifically women, and feels like he's going to have a conversation because he didn't come forward with like, Tisha, don't go. I want to apologize. He was sort of like he wanted to come and be messy and have an argument with a woman, as opposed to waiting to meet with her husband. So I don't mind the fact that Tisha was like, I'm going to go. Tisha, did you pay the bill, or was this supposed to be on Destiny? Does production usually pay the bill when they go out to eat? Probably, right? But she's like, I'm going to dismiss myself because my protector isn't here. As soon as she said protector, I said, because I'm always going to go back to Africa. The solo trip that Marcel took to Africa, your protector left you and your kids, or the kids that you guys share. He left you, your protector, and went to another continent. Your protector wasn't there for you then. They kept on bringing up protector. I'm trying to be your protector. Sir, Marcel, you are a lot of things. Protector is not one of them. Because if that's your protector, I would not want a protector like that. The way that he has degraded and disrespected Tisha on this show, even in this week's episode, that is not your protector. If anything, that's your enemy. I know, they're married. So he's not really her enemy, but the behavior gives enemy vibes. That's not your protector. Tink Tink says, Tisha did the right thing, F Martell. No, she definitely did the right thing in that. She definitely demissed herself, and I don't blame her. But she went straight to her protector to let him know. Okay? Destiny says, she commends Martell for coming to apologize. Again, we're watching an edited scene. I don't know if he led with an apology, but exactly. Aisha says, that's your op, baby. Destiny's the op. Tisha could be an op, but Destiny's the op. But you see what she did to Tisha? Tisha has embraced her, even though Melody left her on an island by herself, rightfully so. But Tisha and Kimmy have embraced her, and this is what you do? Exactly, Tanya. Your protector left you, not just a country, went to a whole other continent. Okay? Went to a whole other continent. Ryder says she got up with the quickness. Honestly, I don't blame her. Because what would you do if a man came to you and try to confront you for a scene. I wouldn't. I don't blame her. Nita says, Nita the Diva, thank you for being a member, Nita the Diva. Okay, sidebar, some of you that are members, some of your, when you decide to highlight your anniversary or whatever it may be, I don't always see that. That's not always saved on my end. When you use StreamYard, you can do that. I'm not using StreamYard. I only use StreamYard for like the call-in. So I do miss when some of you are celebrating your anniversaries and things like that. Sometimes I catch it, but sometimes I don't. But anyways, damn, Vanessa. Come on, Vanessa. I saw your comment. She says, sorry, Espos, but your leader is slow. Nita says, protector who? You mean the man who stood in the man? Wait, who stood in the man who called you everything but a child of God in front of your protector at the field day? Just saying. No lies were told. No lies were told. Like, there's so many examples of how Marcel hasn't been her protector, but I get it. She's married to him. That's how she views him. Okay? So, Tisha, I can't even pronounce it like that. It's dismiss. I'm going to demiss myself. I'm going to demiss myself. Okay. Okay. Fine. So she does, rightfully so. And so she goes to Marcel to let him know what went down. And Marcel's like, look, you did pats her on the head. He doesn't literally pat her on the head, but he might as well have. You did the right thing. You did the right thing. And he thanks her for leaving. I think, okay, a combination of reasons why she left. She left because she doesn't know what Martell is going to say. I think she also did not want to hear Martell say anything because you saw what he tried to do at the field day. Martell tried to, there was a lot they edited out, tried to reveal information about Marcel. So she does not want him to do that in the scene where Marcel isn't. She also doesn't want to be put in a position. I do agree with Martell that Tisha does kind of want to look away. All right? She does want to look away. So I think in this particular moment while she left, she's like, I don't want Martell to say anything that I have to respond to or react to. So I think that was part of the reason why Tisha decided to leave as well. I think that was part of her motivation. Mama Allie says, what does Espos Rise mean? Google's not making any sense. I'm going to let y'all tell her because you're not going to find that on Google. I created that. It should be AI, artificial intelligence. Y'all need to get up to date. Espos Rise, okay? Okay, all right. So she goes to Marcel to let him know that Martell popped up, and he's like, "You did a good job, baby. I'm as your protector. I was, as your protector, not being around. Fine, okay." Marcel says that he thinks that it was a responsible thing for her to do, and I was like, responsible. And he says not to get into it with a man. Okay, fine. Agreed. But the words that he used, I was sort of like, Oh, Mama Allie says she missed that live. Hope everyone will be able to explain it to her, okay? All right. So we had but that was a very quick scene when Tisha went to, first of all, the scene with Destiny and Martell and Tisha was very quick. Then the scene with Marcel and Tisha was very quick. Let's move on. So this was actually a touching scene with Destiny and her father. Destiny and her father are twins. Did you pay attention? I'm looking, I'm like, oh my gosh, she has everything of him, like the face shape, everything. She is a spitting image of her father. So she says, her father was a single father. Her mother was addicted to drugs, and she was in the foster care system, and he fought to get her. And she said, in the beginning of their relationship, it was tough because she felt like he ripped her away from Detroit and things like that. He has been going through his own health issues. I remember when she had to turn herself in. She relied on her father then. She had mentioned that her father was going to go with her. So it was a sweet scene. It was definitely a sweet scene, and that's all I have. That's all I have. It was a sweet scene. I appreciate it. We got to know a little bit more about Destiny. Okay. Look. What else do you want me to say? What else do you want me to say? I thought it was a sweet scene. Okay. Okay. I was trying to think. I wrote some notes down, but I'm like, okay. I basically summed it up. But we're getting to know more about Destiny. I think there's a lot about Destiny that we don't know, but that's also part of because she doesn't share it. And I think this was her effort in sharing more of herself. Okay. Oh, Aisha, you are a terrible person. Aisha says, OMG, I'm a terrible person because I fast forwarded. Oh, damn. Aisha says, I skipped that scene. You Too Cute says, did her father live in Detroit? Why is he in Huntsville? Well, it sounds as if maybe he used to live in Detroit, but he ended up taking her from Detroit. Y'all ain't right for skipping the scene. I watched the scene twice. Okay. Okay, so I don't need to revisit it. So I just summed it up for you. For those that skipped the scene, that's all that happened in the conversation. She got emotional. She's a daddy's girl. They've been through a lot. He raised her. I love the fact that we've seen on reality television multiple fathers that have been single fathers. Remember, we were seeing that on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City with Angie's father, where he raised all of the kids together because, her mom died early too because of her alcoholism. So we don't hear a lot of that. So that's something I do want to point out. All right, let's move on. Okay. Come on. Some of what y'all are saying to the chat, I'm not going to repeat. Y'all, this not on this Sunday. Nope. All right. Tisha and Kimmy visit Destiny's storage unit. That's how I labeled it. What is that? And look, there are other businesses in there that have shifted their businesses into actual businesses. But it looks like a storage unit. It looks like my storage unit. Yeah, I got a storage unit. And I was like, that looks like my storage unit. Mine looks bigger. A little bit bigger. Not that much bigger. Okay? Vanessa said, not an HGTV storage makeover. Move that bus. And if you know, you know. Ooh. So apparently Lance and Destiny are going. It's happening because he was in multiple scenes for her in this episode. Okay? So they go to visit Tisha and Kimmy, go to visit her, and Tisha says she's not going to hold the Martell stuff against Destiny. I think you should. That's your op. I think you should. But maybe there was a conversation that they didn't include that helped us understand. Mia says, is that Madani's headquarters? Yes. Yes. Tanya says, I need a storage unit. Where you live, Tanya? There's plenty of storage units, okay? I literally just went to my storage unit, so it's stuck in my mind because, with the holiday stuff, I put all my Christmas stuff in the storage unit. And I'm not at my house anymore, so I have to, so I have the storage unit, and I saw, with all of them in there, I was like, oh, that's a storage unit. Okay. But again, we're watching television, so maybe it's bigger in person because there were 4 people in there. How many people can I fit in mine? It's probably about the same size. Who knows? But it is a storage unit. It's not a place of business. I'm not going to be streaming live from Kempire's storage unit. No, we're not going to do that. I should do a video next time I go to my storage unit. Is my storage unit bigger? I should do that. Yeah. Oh, I'm missing your comments. AKA humble beginnings is what she calls it. Didn't she have a whole store? She had a whole Madani store. How do we go from Madani's store to the storage unit? I mean, look, she's trying to launch a new business. She's doing the scents and stuff like that. Lance is going to help her build it out. Lance hugs everyone and says goodbye, and he's like, "You're not gonna give me one of those church hugs." And then he lifts her up. It's like, and then they start insinuating what they could do in the storage unit. No, good for them. No, okay. He did mention though that he was married twice before, so it looks like he was confirming that he's no longer with his second wife. Because you remember people were alleging that. I don't know if they've gotten the divorce, but apparently he's not with. And he's been filming as if they are getting to know each other, dating. I don't know. Whatever you want to call it. Right? Yeah, I guess you're allowed to do that in this particular storage unit. Callie says drywall up in a storage unit. That's what he's about to do. Jill says dust might rise. Y'all ain't right today. It's Sunday. Okay, fine. All right. Kimmy tells them about Melody's event, and we find out that Tisha was invited, of course, because Marcel was there. But Destiny says that she wasn't invited. And Tisha's like, but I thought you and Melody were getting along. And she's like, no, I said that we were being friendly. She was very friendly, but she was talking all kinds of mess on the internet. Like you do? Like you do? I mean, you talk all kinds of mess in your confessionals. Even though on one side you're seeing her from across the room and saying, "I'm sorry, I love you." You're not going we're not gonna forget that. No, you showed so many different sides to yourself in this last season. Then I was like, look, Melody's not innocent. However, it's very clear to me what you're doing. You wanted to secure your spot on this show, and you knew the only way you're going to do that is film with Martell. I understand why Melody does not trust you and does not want to be friends with you. I would not be friends with you either. Okay? And then during this girls' trip, you're like switching up. 1 minute you want to fight, the next minute you're seeing her from across the room. They're like, "I'm sorry, I love you." What? And then in your confessional, you're talking all kinds of crap. It's weird. And I get it. We might not understand the timeline. You know, the timeline over at OWN just seems non-existent when it comes to when they film these shows. Reminder, Kimmy apparently said, you guys told me this in the live chat, that Kimmy said that a lot of what happened during the show is not discussed at the reunion because they didn't see all the episodes before the reunion. Oh my gosh. Ghetto. What is going on, Carlos? Too busy, trying to do everything else besides figuring out making your one show a great show. Anyways. So Kimmy then shared that Sonny was also at the event. I forgot that Sonny and Destiny and that whole storyline. And Kimmy shares that, that Moses has been incarcerated. And Destiny's just like, I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. Then they talk about Nell's bachelorette party and how Destiny is the one throwing it. And apparently they're like, so you're going to invite everyone, including Sonny? And she's like, no, why would I include Sonny? And it's because Nell is friendly with Sonny. Okay. They're filming a show. That's why they want to invite Sonny. Destiny's going to be there, so they want to challenge Destiny with the whole Sonny storyline. That's why she's inviting him. We will revisit this when we talk about Nell having the conversation at the Madani party. So they also talk about the Madani party. They play clips of every time that Destiny has thrown an event. Apparently, there's all kinds of fighting. They show us Wanda J. Blige. They show us when Melody was fighting with her. Then we saw when the husbands were fighting. Then they show the field day. Fine. It goes down at the Madani party. All right, so Melody meets up with Chris Fletcher because she wants to get some clarity on whether or not Chris Fletcher was the one to hook up Martell and Trish. Okay? This is pretty shocking. And if you weren't paying attention, this scene, Chris Fletcher threw Maurice, I thought you were a deity. Maurice, he threw you under the bus and threw Marceau under the bus. Y'all getting NDAs signed? What in the diddy? Okay. Let me take a sip. Look. Okay. So Melody meets up with him. But look, here's the thing. Do I think Melody cares? Maybe a smidge. But do I think Melody has been producing a lot this season? I definitely think so. She wanted to have a scene because she wanted to make it a thing. I don't know if I really believe that Melody cares about the Trish and Martell stuff. I think she's just playing along. Remember, she is a producer of the show. And it's not lost on me, her facial expressions during this conversation. It actually made me laugh. So she confronts him about connecting Trish and Martell. So he retells the story. About, this one, Martell called me and I was working out at the gym and he was like, any women there? Only Martell would call and ask a man about, any women at the gym? Any good-looking women? He was like, oh, yeah, one walked past me, and he talks about that, and he found out later that that's his cousin or something like that. So Melody says that she recalls a conversation at the end of her marriage with Martell in 2020 where Martell, because he was telling her that she should speak to some of the older women on how to cheat respectfully. I don't know. Or how to accept his cheating. I don't know. And she said that Martell claimed that he has been speaking to the older men. And he's like, well, they told me never to be with someone, that they ain't got nothing to lose. So you ended up with coleslaw? She seems like she got a lot to lose. I mean, like she ain't got nothing to lose. Okay. So point blank period, he didn't follow their direction. And and to have them sign a contract. So this is when Chris chimes in. No. That's some Maurice and Marceau ish. So Chris threw Marceau and Maurice, not even Martell, under the bus by revealing that Maurice, Kimmy's husband. Hold on, let me bring it up the pictures for those that may have missed it, who I'm talking about. Where are my oh, here they are. Yes. Maurice, the one with the mugshot. Okay. Chris threw them under the bus. Chris says that sounds like some Maurice and Marceau mess, getting NDA signed. Right? Jill says, Kemp, it's not about Martell. It's about if they've played in her face before, and they all have, laughing out loud. I still think that on some level she cares a little bit. May not be a lot. A little bit. But I also think she's producing. And she wants to have these scenes. Okay? So for me, though, I could care less about anything else happening in this conversation. Melody's like, now I can RSVP for your anniversary, celebration because I wanted to see how this conversation went. Chris says in his confessional, she doesn't understand why it even matters. Her and Melody and Martell are no longer together. I don't even care about anything else that happened in this conversation. I did not expect, I was not ready for Chris Fletcher to throw Maurice and Marceau under the bus and reveal that these men out here cheating and having these women sign NDAs. I hope they realize NDAs are not what they used to be. They're not holding up in court lately. Just say. Damn, Erica. Erica says, how many NDAs did Destiny sign? People are saying she hunched all these men. I don't know. But speaking of Destiny, the Madani event. Destiny welcomes everyone. Everyone's there. Martell's there in his tight suit. She makes a speech. fine. What did you have? Has anyone tried the Madani scents, the home scents and the perfumes and things like that? Kimmy said during the earlier scene that, when I wear that, people give me all kinds of compliments. It might smell good. Has anyone tried it? Okay. All right. Moving along. Let me see. What else happened before we get to the mess? Oh, so Nell talks about inviting Sonny to her party, and she says it's not her battle to fight. Here's the thing. We have to remember they're filming a reality show, so that's part of the reason why Sonny's being invited to this Bachelorette party. But if I was just to take it off of Destiny and Nell's friendship, I don't blame Destiny for feeling away and wanting to reevaluate her friendship with Nell. Because Nell could, even though they're filming a reality show, say, I don't want to invite Sonny. However, Nell trying to act as if she's friends with Sonny. You met Sonny, twice? I'm not falling for it, but I get it. They're filming a reality show, but in real life, I would look at Nell sideways like, girl, you're not even friends with her like that. But fine. So they talk about that. Destiny says that she needs to reassess their friendship, their relationship going forward. Nell thinks that Destiny is trying to control who she is friends with. Nell, you just met Sonny. Okay. Trish, out of the blue. They're talking about this. Trish, out of the blue. All of a sudden, we hear a voice come from the side. Ain't T-Bag's gonna be there? What that? And then they're like, you want to teabag somebody? What are you saying over there? Shut up. I'm sorry. No. Is it, and he T-Bag's gonna be there? And T-Bag's gonna be there? We are talking grown stuff. We're talking about relationships and friendships. This one over here in the corner wants to know if there's gonna be any T-Bags over there. And they were all like, what's a T-Bag? I never heard of a teabag. Have you guys ever heard of a stripper that's in a thong being called a teabag? I've never heard that before, but maybe you have. And the teabag is gonna be. It was like all of a sudden out of the corner, and the teabag is gonna be there. What? What? The teabag is gonna be there, and they're like, teabag. You want to teabag somebody? A word on the street, Trish. Based off this live, they say you be teabagging in the... Never mind. Anyway, mind my business. Guys, Washington, D.C., I'm coming to your city Friday, January 24th. Yes, 24th. I have to double check. 24th. Don't forget to get your tickets. Less than 2 weeks away, I will be in Washington, D.C. for the Kempire After Dark live experience coming to Union Stage. If you haven't gotten your tickets already, you should. Get your meet and greet tickets if you want to meet with me, chat with me. It's going to be all... Come on, we're going to have a good time. I expect all of you to get your meet and greet tickets, all right? Then... in February, I will be... Oh, wait, sidebar. Washington, D.C., What Else Is Going On podcast host Taria Faison will be our MC of the night. She'll be there. We got quite a few of you told me, I got my ticket. Let me know, live chat, replay crew, if you've gotten your ticket for the DC show. More information on that's available in the description. Then we're coming back here in New York City at the Green Room 42 for the Kempire After Dark live experience for Black History Month, Friday, February 21st, featuring my girl, the Brooke Ashley, will be there as well. So get your tickets if you haven't gotten your tickets for that. There is a live stream option for the New York City show only. So if you want to experience that, get your tickets. And those of you watching in DC, you know whatever I'm talking about in DC, I'm not going to be talking about in New York. It's going to be very different. It's going to be whatever's happening at the moment, okay? So you might want to get your live stream ticket too. Just say. Melissa, thank you so much for becoming a member. We appreciate your support. Nicole just says, Cam, God's watching me. Damn it. Why you have to remind me? Stanielle, thank you so much for the super chat and the support and for being a member of the channel. Stanielle says that own disrespectful for that overhead view. Damn, Stanielle, why you had to point that out? But you're right. Okay? All right. So out of the side, we're talking about relationships. We're talking about this bachelorette party. Tisha said, "Any T-Rex gonna be there?" She's like, I can't with no, I can't with no man in a thong. I literally can picture. I'm sorry, Ken. I can picture Ken seems like one of those guys that does those muscle fitness competitions, and those guys usually wear the thong thingies and whatnot. Your man look like one of the men that do wear those things, right? So she says she's not into that. She's not into that. Fine. She's like, I want to see the females. We know, sister, you've been on my mind. Oh. Sister, we're two of a kind. I don't know nothing. Sorry. All right. That was so out of the blue. Trish made me cringe this entire episode. Anytime she was on screen, I said, I can't. Ebony, I agree. Ebony says Ken is actually very annoying. That's a perfect segue, Ebony, because the guys have a separate conversation. Lance reveals, I've been married twice, 2 years each. And that leads Ken to wanting to okay, so you guys have been married before and you've dated at the end of those marriages, right? So I don't know why everyone's judging me. Like, he was getting really aggressive. And then they went into a conversation on if Trisha was to ever leave him, he wouldn't be sad about it. He said he'd probably be sad about the kids situation. So I'm trying to understand something. Okay? I'm trying to understand something. Trish should be mad at you for saying something like that, because no matter how much security you have in a relationship, the fact that your partner may leave you, that should hurt you. Okay, that should hurt you. So I thought that was weird. Again, watching the scene with Ken, first of all, I don't know how we even led here. Again, we're watching an edited show, and I can't say that these shows are edited properly on OWN, specifically the Carlos Productions. Exactly. Danny says, who was judging him? Maybe it's something that we missed. Maybe it's something that wasn't included in the show. I give them grace, but I had the same thought, Danny. I was like, who was judging him amongst these men? And then he brings up the whole Martell and Trish. He was like, even if that did happen, that was before me. I'm like, and they're like, are you upset with the fact that she did not tell you? And he said, yes, he's upset with her and that he feels deceived by her. So you remember he did an interview, I think it was with Carlos, where he talked about that they had some issues. Again, it's so hard to tell the timeline of things because these seasons are so intertwined and broken up the way that they're broken up. But I don't believe Ken when he says that if she was to leave, that he wouldn't be upset. And if that's true, she should be concerned. And now I understand why she's not considering marrying you. Why she's hesitant. Anyways, let's talk about this Martell and Marcel conversation. Before we get into it, though, if you are a member of the channel, I'm going to drop the call link for you guys first. Shout out to those of you watching on Twitch and Twitter. We see you guys. Hey, Lauren. Shout out to all of you watching on Twitch and TikTok and Twitter. We appreciate you guys here. I'm going to drop the call-in link on the community tab here on YouTube. So let me just do that really quickly. And for the live chat, we will drop the call-in link for you guys. We have, 1,600 of you here? Oh, we're going to have to we need to get to at least 600 likes. Because we have it's almost 1,700 of you watching. We need to get to 1,600 likes. Okay, not 1,600 likes. 600 likes. There we go. All right, so let me drop this on the community tab, and then we have to talk about this scene between Martell and Marceau and Tisha on the side, trying to pretend like she's on her phone. That was so awkward. Can we talk about that? Okay, we're going to talk about that. Brandy, thank you so much for the super chat. Brandy says, love the channel. Happy Sunday. Thank you, Brandy. What dog is that? What kind of dog is that, Brandy, in your picture? It's hard to tell. Is that a Labrador? It's hard to tell. I love a dog. A lot of my neighbors have dogs. I don't have a dog. It's too much responsibility. And can you imagine? I would have to get a quiet dog. Could you imagine I'm in the studio, the dog is out there barking? Really? Nita says, y'all need to get to 1,000 likes. I should just leave up to Nita. Nita, you're right. Shout out to all our members. Nita's a member. Let's get to 1,000 likes. All right. But only reason why I acquiesce to posting the link in the live chat is because I know there are hundreds and hundreds of you that have liked the video and want to call in. So that's the only reason. But I'm not today. Because our members, I know you guys have lots to say. Check the community tab, members. Okay? Exactly. Hey, Foxy. Shout out to our King Scars, guys. Don't forget to say thank you and, let their jobs be easy. Okay? Let them have. Oh, it's a Labradoodle? I was about to say, it looks like it's a mix of lab, but it's a Labradoodle. Oh, it's cute. Okay, Labradoodle. I was trying to see. Everything on my screen right now is pretty small, so I can only see some of your photos. Okay. Aisha, the last live that we did briefly talk about the traders. That's why Robin's on the thumbnail. So we did talk a little bit about traders, but I feel like I have more to say. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the podcast because I might do a separate live talking about that. So stay tuned for that. Also, I might do a separate recap of the Luther Vandross documentary. Okay. So subscribe to the Kempire podcast today on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. While you're there, help us get to 1,000 reviews on both platforms. Shout out to those of you that have already reviewed it. Okay. Oh, Danielle's in the chat. Danielle, 1 second. I got to fix something. Let me just go here. Y'all. I'm doing admin work as I'm doing Vandross. Let me mute this. I'm doing admin work. Hold on, Danielle. Hold on. Let me see something. Okay, wait, hold on, Danielle. Wait, okay. Okay, there we go. Danielle, I made the update. I had to fix something. Okay. All right. Guys, keep liking the video. It's easy and it's free. Shout out to our channel members that are backstage. We will get to you guys in just a second. Let's talk about this Martell and Marcel scene because I replayed it multiple times. So Tisha is like, here come Martell again. And she's like, but my protector is here. Okay. So they start getting into it. And then Marcel tells Tisha to sit down and to remain in the conversation. To remain in the conversation. Do you think he should just let her leave? It was weird that he wanted her to be there. But I'm sure he had his other intentions on why he wanted her to stay for this conversation. But no, you guys have this conversation. Why am I just going to sit here if I can't speak? All right. So Marcel says that Martell needs to just say what he has to say about him and Maurice. Marcel says that the things that Martell insinuates affects his marriage. And this is when Tisha chimes in and she was like, all the things that Melody was saying was stuff that Martell was feeding to her about their marriage. All right. Then Marcel then tries to shut Tisha up. And I'm like, why are you having her here if she can't say anything? And it's not boding well for you. It's making us look at you sideways on how you're treating her. Okay. The Martell says that Tisha probably knows, but she doesn't want the public to know about Marcel's cheating. Because she will have to do something about it like Melody did. So is he saying because that Melody only divorced him because of the public? Is that what he's insinuating? Here's the thing. Martell, in his confessional, I said, look, Martell has been the villain, but I feel like in this particular scene, in that confessional, Martell leaned into being the villain. He was revealing a lot. I don't know if he realized he was revealing a lot, but he was like, yeah, I cheated with Marcel. We shared women. I had him first, though. I had him first, and then he had her. I'm like, okay, we're proud of this? Your children will probably see this one day, right? Okay. Even though at this particular point, the kids know that you cheated. You got a full-on other, sibling. So Martell says that. Martell reveals that he shared women with Marcel. And he says that Marcel wants Tisha. Apparently, he thinks that Marcel wants Tisha to leave him. Do you believe that? Do you agree with Martell? I know you don't want to agree with Martell, but do you agree that Marcel is this way with Tisha because he wants Tisha to make that step? Okay. Martell says that Marcel is letting the world know how slow your wife is. Literally, he referred to Tisha as slow. And this is when Marcel and Tisha start having this, back and forth of like, oh, like he want to call me slow, blah, blah, blah. And then Tisha's like, he wishes he had a wife like me. Well, then Martell says, a lot of men wish they had a wife like you. Meaning that they just let the man cheat and not do anything about it. I was like, wait a minute. That was a little bit of a bar. Look, I know Martell is trash. But I was like, I clutched my pearls. I literally took my necklace. I was like, damn, Martell. Here's the thing. I don't think Marcel and Tisha realized how ridiculous they looked when they were doing that little banter back and forth. That's the difference. This is why they would never win an argument. Against Martell? Like, you should be able to win an argument against Martell. Because Martell always would rely on Melody to fight his battles. Because he can't. Now he's trying to rely on Ariane to fight his battles. And she's not the most articulate. But I was like, wait a minute. I was like, he's like, he wishes he had a wife like me. He was like, a lot of men wish they had a wife like you. So Martell's insinuating that Tisha is slow, that Tisha looks away and knows that Marcel is cheating. Okay. Marcel says that they end this conversation by saying that Marcel says that Martell, he's simply better than Martell in every aspect of his life. He says that Martell has lost a lot of things. And he feels as if he wants Marcel to also lose those things. I can see that. But this is also another Scott brother talking to this ex-couple saying that they're pitiful and their lives are over. Here's the difference, though. I can see Martell's life being pitiful. We see he's lost everything. Lost his wife, lost his house, lost his income. He's lost his builder's license. He's lost a lot. But when Maurice was saying it to Melody, we're like, sir, what you're doing is gaslighting here. We can see with Martell. Martell has lost a lot, but that was at his own detriment, okay? But I'm like, okay. I mean, I can definitely see what Marceau is saying, but I don't know. I don't know if these two ever really liked each other. Look, at the end of the day, if you two were cheating on your wives with each other, both of you have the integrity of you have none. You have no integrity. So it says to me very much like if a woman or a man gets into they decide to have a relationship with their mistress or, other person outside of their marriage, you're always going to have that like, would you do that to me? So that goes for people that you're friends with and you're cheating with and they're holding your secrets. Those aren't people with integrity. So, of course, they're going to throw you under the bus as well. Okay. Let me say thank you. We had a few super chats. Guys, don't forget to like the video. It's easy and it's free. If you remember the channel, we did drop the call-in link for you guys in the community tab. Live chat. We hit over 647 likes. Look how quickly people were able. Let's get to 700. Look, let's get to 700 and I'll drop the live chat. Tanya, thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate your support, and thank you for being a member as well. Vanessa, thank you for the super chat. Vanessa says, love your show. You made my Sunday imitating Trish. Excuse me? There's going to be tea bags here? Lord, I don't know how she does it, but she has beautiful teeth. Don't get me wrong. She has beautiful teeth. I don't know how she navigates speaking through them like that. It seems painful. Thank you, Vanessa, for the stupid. It does not seem, and thank you for being a member. It seems like it would be painful. It's hurting me. Nelly, thank you for the super chat. Nelly says, and for being a member, Nelly says, Martell's tight suit was cringy. Also, Marcel is cowardly, and I hated that he did not stick up for his wife when Martell called her slow multiple times. Tisha needs a backbone. I can't believe after all these years that Tisha's still with Marcel. I don't care what my protector. That's not your protector. Your protector has thrown you under the bus multiple times in one episode, and that's not the first time he's done it. Making you sit there, making you look like you're slow. Like sit here. No, you want to have a man-to-man conversation, have the man-to-man conversation. Let me walk away and go be with the women. Why am I going to sit here and then when I do chime in, you're going to shush me? No, let me go. You have the conversation. I'll see it later when they edit it and they put it up. Anyways. Danny says, Lockjaw is rise. Y'all are terrible. It's Sunday. Okay. All right. Okay. Let me get to some of the callers. All right. Let me just say, Winter, it's saying devices not connected. You might have to drop out and call back in. I'm not sure why it's doing that. Okay. All right. Live chat. We're almost at 700 likes, so I'm going to drop the call link for you guys as well. Vanessa, thank you so much for the super chat. Vanessa says, from another Vanessa, I second it. Your impersonation of Lockjaw was everything this Sunday. Y'all ain't right, so y'all encourage my bad behavior, all right? I need to go to the church today and say a prayer. Say a little prayer for myself. Okay. All right. Let me drop the call link for the live chat. Guys, we're 5 likes away from 700 likes. So be sure to like the video if you haven't already. Shout out to our King's Guards. Be sure to say thank you. All right. No one says the teabag imitation is taking me. I'm not doing it anymore. It hurts my jaw. It hurts my jaw doing it. I don't know how she does it. Felicia says that Martell and Marcel is this one and the same. If Tisha left, he would be broke and destitute, but Tisha wouldn't have the wherewithal to rebuild like Mel. Ooh. Do you guys agree? Do you agree with that? I agree with the Tisha part. I don't know if Tisha would rise to the occasion. I don't think Marcel would fall on his face like Martell. Doesn't Marcel actually have a builder's license? I don't think Marcel's as dumb as Martell. I definitely think he's as problematic. I don't think he's as dumb. You know what I mean? But I do agree. I don't think Tisha would rise to the occasion. Not like the Espos. Espos rise. Look, we were supposed to be on Team Tisha this episode. Y'all not helping. Espos rise. Ooh, RMP says Candy speaks through her teeth also. She does. She admitted that, though. Then she said she was very conscious of it. I saw that clip recently. She said she was very conscious of it, and then she worked on it. I remember her saying something like that recently. Yeah, she's another one that talks through her teeth. Okay. But at least when she's saying something, though, it might be worth hearing. Just saying. Espos rising, Teresa says. All right, let's get to the callers. Live chat. Did I drop the call link for you guys? I can't remember. I'm going to do it again, just in case. Okay. I couldn't remember if I did it or not. Thank you guys so much for the 700 and something likes. All right. Okay, I'm going to bring Tia up first because Tia dropped some tea earlier. Okay, so I'm going to bring Tia up first. But before we bring Tia up, let me put my disclaimer up to remind you guys the opinions of the callers do not represent the opinions of myself, TheKempire LLC, our sponsors, etc., etc. And everything that they say is alleged and for entertainment purposes only. All right, let me see what Tia got to say about this private Zoom call. Hold on. Tia, what happened at the private Zoom call?
You were so funny. First of all, you already know I'm in Dubai, so I'm glad you called me first because it's already. You know, this the birthday girl from Atlanta. You know,
I couldn't remember from the picture, but I was like, when you said Dubai, I was like, oh, I know who this is.
A period, right? Okay, so first, before I get into the Zoom, just want to say Kimmy is lying about not seeing. She's lying. You have to know she's lying about not seeing the episodes before the reunion. She's lying. They give them the shows. Even Akeisha said it, but why would they give a YouTuber, and you know who I'm talking about, one of your friends, that's all I'm going to say. Why would they give a YouTuber the shows and not the cast? Does that make sense?
Well, she said
it does not make sense.
She said that they didn't get all the episodes. Only reason why I believe Kimmy is because, remember, the way that they split up the season. Season 8 was already out, and then they did the reunion, but then we're in season 9. So some of the things that were playing out in season 8, that's playing out in season 9. So that's the only reason why I believe her in that
If
respect.
they were still recording, that's the only way, because Akeisha said on her podcast yesterday, they got all the episodes before the reunion.
That's a different show, though. And remember, Bell Collective is filmed a little bit more in, like, chronologically speaking.
In order, in the right order. Yeah, Love and Marriage Huntsville is weird. So, okay, so what happened was how we got invited to the Zoom was she actually posted it on her stories. She told us about it, Millichan. She told us about it in her stories.
Okay.
But it was like first come, first serve. You didn't know if it was going to fill up or not. So I logged in early because, it's late here. So I logged in super early. And I was like, I'll just sit in the Zoom till it pop on. So she actually woke me up. She was like, hey, Tia. And I heard my voice. I was like, oh, God, they on. It's on. And the next voice I hear is Sweet Tea.
Sweet Tea was there?
Sweet Tea was in the Zoom.
Sweet Tea was like, hey, everybody.
And listen, for the money. She was the first one in there after me. Yes. She was there, yes. But she's really a sweet girl. I kind of like her more from her in the Zoom.
Okay.
I like her. She's really, really cool and down to earth. She really is. And no, she's just not right for the show, though. She's not, but she's a good girl. No. I mean, she just don't match. She just don't match. Poor thing. But anyway, so he told us the night before, I guess that was a Saturday night. The Zoom was on a Sunday. So, and Cece in the comments, Cece was on. She know what I'm talking about. He said, okay, I'm going to come to the Zoom tomorrow, y'all. He said, but I'm asking y'all word not to share these receipts. He said, I'm going to share it in this private Zoom. He said, but at least y'all know and y'all can have my back. He said, but to protect, yes.
You're talking about Marquez.
He said, okay. Marquez, yes. But he was like, to protect my family, protect other things. He was like, please, I'm asking y'all word. And so we gave his word. Even that other girl, Jada, she wanted to tell some of them. She was like, I can't, y'all. I gave my word. But she kind of, dripped a little bit of things that he did show receipts. He showed let me start with the Ken thing. He showed a Ring camera video. They were still together. He was out of town on work because he's not really that busted. He's an engineer. He the one helped her get her job.
He's an engineer too.
Yes, he helped her get her job.
So he's not part of an R&B group?
He looked like one, though. He want to be famous, though. He really do. He's serious about it, too. And so he said he be trying to keep from crashing out. He really is emotional. He's making these crash out T-shirts or something. Anyway, look, he is crash out T-shirts, something about that. But he said first of all, the guy almost said it. He said, first of all, the guy punched in the alarm code, the code to get in the house.
Okay,
He's watching him punch the code.
Wait, so allegedly, Ken, do we have a year when this happened?
This was 19. This was what, 19? So she's lying about when they met. She's lying. She lying for sure.
Allegedly.
So
did he show
Let me get the two words together. Allegedly.
Did he show the ring cam footage during the private Zoom call?
Yes.
And so we see Ken. Do we see a date though?
I didn't see the date, but see if she could see the date. My eyes, child, I was looking at it on my phone. If I was on the laptop, I probably would have saw the date. But I wanted to be in for the tea. We were making vision boards, but I wasn't about to make no vision board. I wanted the tea. I jumped in that Zoom to be on time to hear this boy to see if he really was going to show up with receipts. And he did.
Okay,
he did. And he said Ken started punching in the number and then walked towards the bedroom.
Wait,
so he said he just watched her lie and he did not let her know that he had this.
But wait. So I'm trying to piece it together for people that are going to watch the replay.
Okay.
So during this private Zoom call from Millie Chun interviewing Marquez from Love and Marriage Huntsville, he says that back in 2019 he has ring cam footage
Yes.
of Ken coming to his house while he was out on business,
Yes.
putting in the code in order to get into the house.
Yes. He like, this man punching in the code. Yes. Yes.
Okay, what else? What else did he say?
And so he said he walks towards the bedroom. He said they ain't walk no other place in that house. He said, I know which direction my bedroom is in this house. He walked towards the bedroom, talking about we was just working out. This, it was for fitness. Everything supposed to be about fitness. That's her get around lie. It's always fitness.
Did he have more footage of him in the house?
He didn't have footage of him in the house, but he watched him walk towards the bedroom.
Okay.
And he was like, I know, Trish, because the phone call that he overheard, and he said he started recording some of it. So he played like a snippet, but then he cut it off. But he said she was talking to one of her girlfriends on the phone. Trish was talking to one of her girlfriends on the phone. And she was like, yup, I went over there. She did not know he could hear because that's when he had moved upstairs to the other room. I mean, he said he moved upstairs. So he had snuck to listen. And he heard her word for word. I believe this man with everything in me. I believe him. He said that she said the kids, she went to Martell's house. The kids was on the other side of the house when they got
Martell's
busy.
kids.
Yes.
Okay.
And the girlfriend said something on the line like, and did you still do it? And she said, the girl got needs. Listen, I don't care what nobody said.
No, she said like that. A girl got needs.
A girl got needs. That's exactly how she said it. That's how she said it. Yes. I'm telling you that. Yes.
And did Sweet Tea
ain't
during
no
the
assumptions.
and then did Sweet Tea during the live Zoom call go?
Sweet Tea. Her mouth was open though. She was like, "Oh my God, because we had like Oprah, Oprah and everything. Oh my God. He was telling it. He was on there for a while. We was on there for hours.
Hours? Wait, but there's got to be more.
Well, because it was like a whatchamacallit too, like a vision board party. But Sweet Tea talked about some stuff. Talked about her and Mr. G Gregory, Dr. G. Doing their thing before it came on YouTube. She said, we did a cooking video and she kind of talked about that a little while. She talked for a little while about that, but he said that was not their first time either. He said they had done it a couple of times, her and Martell. That's what that man said. He said he know for a fact.
Oh. Okay.
He knows for a fact. And he said, she's lying about a lot of stuff about him. And this was another thing. I'm so glad I remembered this. I wanted to tell you a couple episodes ago.
What?
She's not going to get a divorce because of military benefits, y'all. She not finna get no divorce. That's why she not marrying Ken.
So all of these theatrics on the show are not real? That's why she's still not divorced now?
Exactly.
And
she wants to keep military benefits.
So Marquez was in the military?
Either from him or the daddy, but he has military benefits that she has. She has military benefits from the marriage. Yes.
Ooh.
And she is not going to get a divorce. That's what she said. That's what he said. Remember why she started messing with Ken? She said she started messing with Kim because in the beginning, he said he never wanted to be married. That's why she chose him out of everybody else and other people. He said he didn't want a wife. And I think Ken trying to push to be, I know, right? You said, let me close it. That was hilarious. He was like, that thing was open. That's why she chose him. Do you remember that early on? Or even with the sister. Think about even the conversation with the sister early on. Trish said she chose him. I think it was with the sister.
Maybe.
She was messing with him because he never wanted to be married. And he flipped the script.
Oh, wait,
that girl don't want to marry him.
They're clearing us up in the chat. Dude says Trisha was in the military and she gets more being married.
There you go. I knew it was somebody. I remember that though. Yes. Come on. Thank you. Thank you.
Powerful says she has benefits from her own job. But we're talking about the military benefits.
Which is different benefits, baby, than a job. That's a whole nother level of benefits. Getting on base.
Okay.
Commissary. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Anything else that happened during this private Zoom call that I wasn't invited to?
That you was invited. You just ain't see that girl Chandler. Look at you. But that was the main thing I wanted to clear up and feed. I know you got to get to other callers, but I did want to tell you that yes, I physically saw. Okay, go ahead.
So they confirmed that Marquez was in this private Zoom call. He shared ring cam footage of Ken allegedly putting in the code to get into his house while he was away. Also, Marquez alleges that he heard himself that Tisha say through her clenched jaw and teeth that a woman's got needs, that she did allegedly, in fact, sleep with Martell Holt.
Yeah, absolutely. And I believe it's around Huntsville. That's why Melanie ain't paying her no mind, because she know it's true as well. And then he probably even told her, because he was like, she was supposed to stick to the script. And she messed up getting mad at Stormy's house. Sticking to the script mean you wasn't supposed to say nothing. They slept together, allegedly. I hate that word because I know they did.
You weren't there, so you don't know that they did.
Yes, I do. But I love you.
Thank you, Tia. Have a great day. Bye.
All right, bye.
What? I'm done for the day. No, okay, let's get to the rest of the callers. All right, we've got T-Bagger backstage. All right, Trish, is this you? T-Bagger. T-Bagger, you're muted.
Yes, it is me, Mr. Teabagger, and I can confirm that I bagged the tea at Melody's house. It's my reality.
Thank you for clarity. I was like, I know this voice.
Yes. No, I don't believe Trish. And even Martell said he DM'd her to see what's up. She came over a couple times. He said that to Stormy. And
came over a couple of times.
A couple of times. Yeah, he said that to Stormy in the episode at the warehouse. And I did hear Marquez talk about this same story. And he also, I want to say it was on Carlos King's show, where he talked about the Ring camera. Or not the Ring camera, but Ken seeing him punch in the codes and stuff like that to the house. It was a while ago. He already said all that. But I wanted to talk about Destiny. Well, first, I wanted to say this about Kimmy. I'm glad she changed her hair. I loved her natural hair. But am I tripping, or does she look like the actress Valerie from Half and Half? I just couldn't unsee it. You know, the bougie mama.
Yeah, I can see that. Look at
it again. I couldn't unsee it, so I was glad she changed her hair. But anyway, yes. With Destiny, her talking about being in foster care, to me, explained a lot about her, or a little bit about her, as far as like she appears to have like some abandonment issues. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like how she would talk about the village with Melody, and I feel like that's really when they started to fall apart, because she was mad at Melody for not being a part of her village and all of that, and Melody feeling like Melody distanced herself when she was in the thick of going through what she was going through with Martell. And that's when the falling out really happened. She keep trying to spin it like, oh, because I'm friends with him, No, it was because you became needy. You became too needy as a friend.
She probably also felt abandoned, like her mom abandoned her.
And that part too, she's always read to me as somebody who had, like, you know, suffered from abandonment issues. And she a Taurus. You know, y'all can be a little possessive. Some of y'all.
Goodbye,
I was engaged to one. I'm just saying.
I'm Mo. Thanks for calling in. Bye. No, she tried to drag us Tauruses. We can't be possessive. Miss Bernice is backstage. We're going to bring Miss Bernice up. Miss Bernice, are the Lions playing today?
No, they on a bye week. They resting up.
Oh, okay.
They play next week.
Okay. All right. You'll keep us posted.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will. Happy Sunday, everyone. What up, though? Let's get to this mess. Now, we already established that Destiny is never a girl's girl. She's always out for herself. And when she was begging Melody to be her village, this is like when a lifesaver is going to try to save someone who's drowning and they're not listening to them, and they start to pull them down. I got to save myself.
Yep.
That's that situation. Because Destiny kept pulling Nell down. I can't be there for you when I'm going through hell myself. And I got to figure it out for myself. And you keep telling me I need to be there for you. But I'm supposed to put what I'm going through on the back burner so I can be 100% there for you. Chick, if you don't get the heck up on my face. And Martell is being Martell. Because in Martell's mind, he's a good man. He's a valuable man. He just cheated on his wife. And his wife was supposed to forgive him and not break up this happy home because he benefited 100% from what his wife was bringing into the marriage. His mama tells him that every time. So you had a baby on the outside. You know, she can get over that. It don't matter. You was a good man. Anybody be proud to have you as a husband. But you couldn't take your ego. Couldn't take the fact that Mel said she wasn't doing that Betty right. No pain, no gain. She got to the point where when a woman fed up and said bye.
Okay. All right, Miss Bernice. Thank you for calling in.
But other than that, have a good one.
You too.
No problem, baby. Love you.
Keep us up to date next week on the Lions. Oh, sorry. All right, let's get to some more callers, guys. Again, thank you guys so much for the super chats. V, thank you for the super chat. V says, if he didn't retire from remember V's in the military. If he didn't retire from the military, there are no benefits for Trish. Okay. All right. V says there are no benefits for Trish if he didn't retire. Reality Show Binger says he's an engineer, but another man sending his kids money and asked for $20 for gas. I mean, the things are not making sense. I don't believe that Marquez is 100% credible either. Okay? But now, look, we've seen multiple examples on how Trish is not 100% credible either. Peach says, Marquez confirmed the ring cam footage on Carlos in Heavenly's Messy Monday show. That's when Heavenly decided to quit the first time. Thank you, Peach, doll, for that, for giving us the clarity that we needed. Okay, let's get to some more callers, guys. We've got Coco backstage. We'll bring Coco up next. Coco, what did you want to share? Coco, are you there?
Can you hear?
Coco?
Hey, can you hear me?
Now I can.
Okay, good. Man, I love this episode so bad. Okay, so what I wanted to say is, I know that we are really hard on Tisha, but I kind of feel that she comes from not just the other side of the tracks, but you know, some people have a background where they're a little tougher, and you know what I'm saying, so they can handle more. They don't view things the way we can view it, you know? So although we may see it as, oh, he's disrespectful, oh, he's not taking up for her, in her eyes, she truly may see him as a protector. So I feel in that moment, they kind of ate. Martell said all those things he said, but because they didn't actually give him that energy, I feel like that's what really fueled him on the inside and caused him to want to put out everything on Marcel. Because Marcel at this point is showing him all gloves are off. I don't care. Say what you want to say. And for him to act like that, apparently him and Tisha had some conversations behind the scenes. And it probably was kept private. It seems to me like she knows what this man did. And that's why she's choosing to look as though she's looking the other way. Because she's already dealt with it in private. She's married.
Yeah.
She don't have to deal with that in the public.
Yeah.
And I don't blame her for that when it comes to your marriage. It's a covenant with God, you know?
Yeah.
But anyways, I know I got to go. It was an amazing episode to me. And I'm ready for all the other names we want to give the people. Espo's Rise, Lockjaw Rise. Let's go.
Coco, you sounded like an Espo in this commentary.
No, absolutely not. I'm actually a Coco. But I love Mel. Mel is my favorite. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, you don't have to be sorry. It's okay. All right. Thank you for calling in.
No problem.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye. All right. V's backstage. We're going to bring V up next. Hold on one second, because V was weighing in on the military. So, V, what's going on? Oh, you're muted, V.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you.
You know, usually I don't chime in on the Love and Marriage Huntsville stuff too much, but on this part I had to say something. So he's probably lying. One, if she was in the military, unless she said that he would get half of her benefits from the jump when she got out, that's the only reason why. And then they can negotiate that through court, right?
Well, we found that she's in the military.
He was in the military?
No, she is.
Okay, so she is. So I had to pop off for a minute. So unless she signed that, she still can go to court and negotiate that being taken out. So she'll still get her benefits regardless if she divorced him or not. That has nothing to do with it. She won't lose her benefits, especially if she's like 100% disabled. She didn't retire, so she get VA benefits. And so if she's 100% disabled, she will still get all her benefits. Now, if she gets credit for him and don't want to lose the money because she has him down as a dependent, then that's a different story. But then, even then, she will only lose like maybe $400. That ain't a lot of money to stay in a marriage that you're unhappy with. You see what I'm saying?
It might be a lot of money to her, though.
It might be a lot of money to her, but they're still playing a game. And then if she don't want to pay spousal support, that's probably why she keeps saying, I don't want to pay spousal support. Because she's probably pocketing the money and not giving him anything. And that he'll probably go, son, I'm on the phone. Sorry. But what was I saying? So, yeah, that's the only reason why, like, she feel like she's going to have to actually give him that benefit. He doesn't have any benefits except for you get credit because, you know, you have more than one dependent. That's it. And there's not a lot that you get for the dependent. So there's still no reason to be married. And he lying. She's going to lose her benefits if she gets a divorce. So he lying.
Okay. All right, V. Thank you for calling in.
I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. And it wasn't too all over the place.
Hi. All right.
But yeah, I just wanted to clear that up. So he probably was lying. That's it. Have a good day. Happy Sunday.
You too.
You all have a great day.
You too. Bye, V. All right. We have a couple more people backstage that want to weigh in and share their thoughts. But if you're part of the replay crew, be sure to let us know your thoughts and opinions on the latest episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. And don't forget, in the description are more details on everything Kempire, including our upcoming shows coming to Washington, D.C. and New York City. We've got Lovely Soul backstage that wants to weigh in. Lovely Soul, what did you want to share?
Hi, Kempire.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. Good afternoon. As I'm sitting here listening, you know, we all talk about how reality TV nowadays is just trash and most of it's made up or fabricated. And I'm sitting here and thinking about it. This is reality. This stuff actually happens in families and towns with people. Now, to fast track, I wanted to talk about I watched the show last night. And I also was watching consensus across the board, everyone's thoughts and opinions on the ending scene, the scene between Martell and Marcel with Tisha there. And everyone is saying that Marcel doesn't stick up for his wife. He doesn't go to bat for her. He doesn't protect her. You know, he should have allowed her or asked her to leave so they could talk as men. No, what I saw was Marcel playing spades while Martell was playing go fish. He wasn't going to give him that energy. And you know what they say, with narcissists, the best thing that you can do is not give them your energy. And you saw it in Martell, how stirred up he was because he wasn't making Marcel upset with the disrespect.
Yeah, one of the things that we didn't mention was that Marcel was still, willing to have the conversation, and Martell was walking away.
Exactly. He's not going to allow Martell to bring him out of character. Because let's not forget, most of them already have mugshots. And in the state of Alabama, if you are convicted of a violent crime or anything connected to, you lose the ability to get what? Liquor license, builder licenses. So Marcel is not going to allow Martell to do what he wants to do. Martell is already in legal trouble, and misery loves company. Everything that he's bringing out about Marcel cheating on Tisha and this, that, and the other, in her face, you can tell that she knows. And anybody who's been in a long-term successful marriage knows you're going to go through ups and downs. It's how you get through it together.
Yeah.
And Martell is jealous about that because Melody was not going to deal with that. He took it way too far.
No.
And that's what she means by respectful cheating.
Okay. All right. Thank you for calling in, Kosha.
All right.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
Bye. Not Kosha. Sorry. Lovely soul. Sorry. We have Kosha backstage. Kosha, we're going to bring you up next. Kosha, what did you want to share? Kosha, I can't hear you. Kosha, I can't hear you. Kosha, do me a favor. Drop out and then call back in. Oh, wait. Kosha, are you there? You're breaking.
Here.
Oh, you're breaking up. Kosha, drop out and then call back in. Okay. We're going to do Brains Over Beauty next. Brains Over Beauty, what did you want to share about Love and Marriage Huntsville?
Hi, Kempire. Okay, so this is what I want to say. I'll make it quick. About Martell and Marcel's friendship. They were never friends. They were partners in crime.
Ooh.
They bonded over, I guess, the things that men who step out on their wives bond over. And so I believe that that's why it's so easy to have a breakdown in the friendship because they never really had a steady foundation. It's like when two bank robbers find each other, like, oh, you do it and I do it too.
Exactly.
They don't really have a real friendship. They're bonding over the things,
No trust amongst thieves.
Exactly. And so I believe that in the beginning, when he would shut Tisha down, when Mill would bring up those accusations, he shut Tisha down because he didn't want that to he didn't want that to irritate Martell enough to expose what they had done together. So that's initially why he would shut her down. And she's like, why? I mean, like he didn't want her to irritate the situation. But now I feel like she knew like you said, they had the discussion behind the scenes. They talked about, the infidelity. They just didn't want to have it on television. So with that being said, now Tisha has all the information, which she knew what they did. She knew what Marcel was doing prior to television. They had, the infidelity. So with everything on the table, I think Marcel was making a strong stance to say, like, no, Tisha, sit right here. Look, Martell, I have my wife. She knows everything. She's not going anywhere. And Marcel still wanted to control the situation just on both parts. Like, Tisha, you sit here and represent being my wife, something Martell does not have. And Martell, I still have my wife and my family, and my wife knows everything. It's like a slap in the face. So he's showing out on both ends. And yeah, that's my thoughts on it. I don't want to keep you, but I just had to get that off my chest. Thank you so much. This is the first show that I've called in on. I love you so much, Kempire.
Thank you, Brains Over Beauty. I appreciate that. Have a great day. Happy New Year.
You too. Happy New Year.
Bye. I love that, guys. I appreciate you guys coming out of the bushes and calling in. Semhar got their tickets to the DC show. Can't wait to see you. Me too, Semhar. Thank you so much for getting a ticket. Thank you, Funky. I couldn't remember what the term was. No honor amongst thieves. That's exactly what's happening between Marceau and Martell right now. There's no honor. And again, it goes back to what I was saying earlier, is that when you see a couple come together and they cheated in that relationship, coming together, they both were cheating. It's like, how do you trust each other? It does happen. There are plenty of people that have formed long-term relationships. We've seen it on this show, Nell and Chris. Even though Nell says that she didn't know what he was doing, but we've seen this before in other instances where people are still together after years later. But I'm sure those early years are probably rough in regards to, can I really trust you? You cheated with me on your first partner. So, just a thought. Okay. All right. So let's bring Kosha up now. Kosha, let's see if we can hear you.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Happy Grand Sunday. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so I have a few topics I want to talk on.
Okay.
Destiny, to start off, her and Melody went through a tragic time together with losing both of their husbands, going through divorce, and it's been shown in several episodes where Mel was with the yin yang, like, hey, ask Martell this. What is he saying to you? So it was playing the middle. I don't think Destiny was absolutely being vindictive in it. Mel knew what was going on, but when it got to a point where it was, you got to choose at this point. I want you to be on my side with that information. She couldn't have that. It was like, I give you this, I pay your bills, and then you do this for me in return. Because we all know that Destiny and Martell was friends way before Mel got with Martell. That's my topic on that. And what she did to Tisha, that was wrong. It could be production, but no matter how it's sliced and diced, you shouldn't have done that if you and Tisha are that close together. And Tisha getting up and walking out how she did, she's standing on business with her marriage. You're not going to play with me or my husband, and I'm not going to give you the energy without my husband. Trish and Ken, Trish is not divorcing that man because you ever heard of the saying, it's cheaper to keep her or it's cheaper to keep him? That's what it is. Trish makes more money out of all of them. And if she divorces that man and him being in his emotions, he's going to pull for that because, yes, there is proof that Ken and Trish was cheating while Marquez was in the house. That is Marquez's biggest thing, but he needs to get over it. Clearly, it ain't coming back. In episode 1, 2, and I think like 4 or 5 of this season, Trish even said out of her own mouth, he's there for the kids, but he's not there for me. So I think people take that out of context and don't relate it like in real life. As long as he's there for those children and talking to them and keeping a relationship with them, just take it for something, because there's some parents and some children who don't have that on no capacity, on no level at all. They just hear of a father's name or of a parent's name. And Destiny knows that because she was in foster care system and she didn't even have her mother. She had her father. No. So we got to relate to that in real life.
Okay. All right. Kosha, thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
Take care. All right. We're going to take one last call. We have Vanessa backstage. Vanessa, what do you want to share in regards to Love and Marriage Huntsville? Vanessa, you're muted. Vanessa, you're muted.
I am so sorry.
No problem. What's going on, Vanessa?
I'm doing like 50 things at once, and I was like, oh, my God. Okay. First of all, Kempire, as I always start off, I love you.
Thank you.
Okay? You've given me my life today. I'm not even going to, okay, I was calling her Lockjaw, but I'm going to just say Trish. Okay? Trish, that last caller, yes. It's cheaper to keep him. And I think that's why she's not doing the divorce thing. But I don't think she's just not into Ken. I think Trish is for the streets and she's having a good time. Okay? And that's that. Now, I wanted to say really quick, who do you guys think would win in a fight? Marcel or Martell? If those two got in a fight, a physical fight, who would win?
I think people think Martell would win, but I don't think so. I think Marcel would win.
Mm-hmm. I do too. I think Marcel.
Not that we're encouraging that, but I'm just saying.
He's smarter than Martell. And Martell is more in his emotion. So
Plus, have you seen Martell's legs?
Huh?
Have you seen Martell's legs? Like, I feel like he's going to be wobbling and then fall. Sorry.
Okay, that was but I was like, I think Marcel would definitely, he would definitely handle Martell.
And I think Tisha would jump in and
I want to say something about Tisha.
Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Look, I'm not I just think, I hate talking about people's marriage, but he just doesn't respect Tisha at all. It was painful watching that. I think he's definitely attracted to women that are more independent, and he just doesn't have any respect for his wife. It's so blatant. It's embarrassing to me. I mean, I'm not an espo, but I felt
like it.
sorry for her. I really did. I was like, oh my God, Tisha, this man. But that's pretty much it. I love the episode. Okay. I give it a 9.
Oh, okay.
And again, your impersonations are just bar none. I mean, I'm not one that laughs at everybody's jokes. I'm a tough one, but you had me on the floor. So please continue, Kempire.
Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you for calling in. You have a great day. Bye. Vanessa makes me crack up too, though. Wait, is Marcel? Is it Marcel? It's a Marcel. I don't care. I've been calling Marcel since the beginning of the show, so I'm going to continue. Is he from Detroit too? Oh, if he's from Detroit, he's definitely winning that fight. People in Detroit know how to fight. Right, Miss Bernice? Oh, Lord. Okay, guys, we're almost at 900 likes. Can we get to 900 likes? Thank you so much for being here for our weekly recap of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Let me take off my disclaimer. Because I always forget to take this off. There we go. Don't forget the Kempire After Dark live experience is coming to a city near you. Washington, D.C., you're up first. We're coming there on Friday, January 24th at the Union Stage. We were already there. Tickets are going fast. If you haven't gotten it already, get your tickets. All right. And don't forget, you can hear an audio version of our live recaps on the Kempire podcast. And don't forget, there are other special episodes available there as well, including some past Kempire After Dark live shows as well. Shout out to all of you that decided to call in. Shout out to our King's Guards for holding us down. And shout out to our replay crew. Be sure to let us know where you're watching from, how you would rate this week's episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville, and what you thought of what I had to say, what you watched on Love and Marriage Huntsville, and what you thought of the tea that was dropped. Tia called in all the way from Dubai to let us know what went on during the private Zoom call. Again, we don't know what Marquez is saying is true, but this is what he's alleging. But apparently he did share the ring cam footage. All right. One way says Marcel is not from Detroit. Okay. He's from Pontiac. Is that another place in Michigan? Is Pontiac another place in Michigan? He can still fight. I still believe him. Look, I still believe him. Okay. Danielle said, go get y'all tickets, DC. And don't forget the New York City show is coming up on Friday, February 21st, featuring the Brooke Ashley. Taria Faison will be with me in DC. We will see you guys there. Those shows have been announced. I see you guys in a few weeks, a couple of weeks, less than a couple of weeks. I'll see you in DC. All right, let me get out of here, y'all. Thank you guys so much for over 900 and something likes. Thank you to the 1,700 of you, over 1,700 of you watching. Shout out to those of you watching on Twitch, Twitter, and behind the scenes here on TikTok. I will see you all in the next one. Everyone have a great rest of your day. Don't forget, again, the Kempire After Dark live experience is coming to a city near you.
Thanks for tuning in to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio Podcast. As always, don't forget to give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. And for everything Kempire Radio, head on over to KempireRadio.com.